Garfield, what are you doing up there?
I'm looking over the domain with which I rule with an iron fist.
Oh, Garfield.
Hello, YouTubers.
Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of Tuesdays with Nick. Sorry I wasn't there last week, but don't expect this series to come out every week. I'm doing a video every week, but not this series every week. Anyway, the overlords have deemed I must use this room today just for, just because this isn't going to be a permanent location or anything. I'm just doing it for this week. Just for fun. It is Anzac Day today, so here, let's do a minute of silence, okay? And go. And that's enough of that. So, I think I'll fill you in on some things I did between last episode and this episode. That one video I did last Monday, that Try Not to Laugh challenge, the thing that it's crap, and it's just a kind of a parody of Try Not to Laugh challenge videos, while also being a Try Not to Laugh challenge video in and of itself. Got 2,000 views, what the hell? Why and when did that happen? Anyway, movies. I went and saw a few movies in cinemas since we last convened. I saw Colossal, The Fate of the Furious, and Raw. I know one of these things is not like the other. Colossal, from director Nacho Vigilando. It stars Anne Hathaway as a woman who's kind of going into like an early life crisis kind of thing. She just broke up with her boyfriend and has moved down to her old hometown. She meets with an old friend, and they start to rekindle a friendship from their earlier years. And then she finds out that she is connected to this big monster that's attacking Korea. Yep. So if that interests you, if that little thing, go watch the trailer. If you like the trailer, I recommend the movie. I think it's a good movie regardless of if you like the trailer or not, but it's a good trailer. Anyway, it's a great movie. I thought it was really interesting, and the comedy was really well done whenever they did the comedy. But it actually got way darker than I expected it to get, and when it got dark, it got dark. Overall, I thought it was a great movie. Brilliant performances from Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis, and the special effects were also incredible, and the cinematography was good too. And so I give this movie a solid 8 out of 10, maybe a 7.5, in between those two numbers. The Fate of the Furious is one that I saw last Saturday. The Saturday that just went past. Definitely a very good addition to the Fast and Furious franchise. I've seen them all. I've liked them all from 4 and on, and I thought this one was definitely one of the better ones. It's nowhere near the best, but then the best one is definitely it's up to your opinion. But in my opinion, this one's not really, it's not the best Fast and Furious movie to come out, but it's definitely one of them. The action scenes were incredibly well done. Very, very good action scenes, especially the prison riot, the ending chase sequence, and also this really cool scene in New York with a tsunami of cars. Very, very interesting concept, and this is definitely one of the more original ones in the franchise as well. It plays with a lot of ideas that they hadn't done before, especially, Vin Diesel's gone bad, And they do that incredibly well. They play with that concept very well. Man, I use the words very well way too much. Very solid addition to the franchise. I think they called it Fate of the Furious because fate rhymes with 8, and it's the 8th one. So I'm interested to see what they do with number 9 and 10. And I give the Fate of the Furious a solid 7.5 out of 10. And Raw is a French horror drama. It's like a horror on one end of the spectrum and a coming-of-age drama on the other end of the spectrum. From first-time director Julia Ducournau. It's a coming-of-age movie, but instead of it just being about a young girl coming to terms with sexuality and stuff like that, like every other coming-of-age movie, this one replaces that. Well, I mean, it has that, but it adds in cannibalism. Justine is a vegetarian, belongs to a vegetarian family, who has decided to become a veterinarian. So she goes to the veterinarian school. The initiation from the older students is very tough, and she begins to get very unwell, and she accidentally gets the taste of human flesh, and which then brings her on a road to cannibalism. Horrible, horrible things happen in this movie. It's a very intense movie. When it gets into the cannibalistic scenes, it's gory. This movie is unflinching in its showing of a lot of gruesome things. I definitely give this movie an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Soundtrack was amazing, cinematography and editing was incredible. And I thought the performances from the main characters were all just beautiful. The movie itself was very hard to watch at times, but also very satisfying at the end, if that makes sense. Now, on to something that I don't normally talk about. Musical theatre. I went and saw The Book of Mormon a couple weeks ago, and I loved it. I'm a big fan of Trey Parker and Matt Stone's work, and I thought this is definitely up there with the best of the stuff that they've ever done. The music in this play is outstanding. I've been listening to the soundtrack on and off since we went and saw it, and I thought the performances from all the people who did it were really good. The set design was incredible, the costumes as well, and I just loved the comedy. The comedy, it's satirical, and it's immature but incredibly mature at the same time, just like everything else Trey Parker and Matt Stone have ever done. And I highly recommend it. It's probably completely sold out, but if it ever comes to your little town, little area of the world, definitely go see it. I mean, unless you don't like offensive humor, or you're a wussy. And now off to the best part of this series, questions. Well, have you ever? Yeah. What's your favourite Garfield comic strip? The one that came out on the day that I was born. Whichever one that is. The hilarious one about the pipe! What is your favourite video game? Whew, that's a tough one. I've recently come back into playing Crash Bandicoot 2 for the PlayStation 1, and I love that. That's definitely up there with my favourite games. You know, you've got Smash Brothers Brawl, Stick of Truth, Team Fortress 2. I'm not a massive gamer, as you could probably tell. Most of the games I play are platformers, like Fez. I've completed that 100%. And the first-person shooters I play are not COD or Battlefield, but TF2 or Bioshock. But yeah, I can't really pick a favorite video game. If I had to, it'd probably be the one that I play the most, which would be either Super Smash Bros. Brawl or Team Fortress 2. I'd say my top 3 favorite video games are Team Fortress 2, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. So if that narrows down your options, then yeah. Oh, and Hotline Miami. I love Hotline Miami. Add me on Steam and we can play some games. Probably not. I probably won't have time to play games. Whomstdf is your favorite Garfield? The one with the orange and he's the black stripes is the funny cat, funny haha lasagna. I love it when the funny cat make the funny quote. And that's it for this episode of Choose a Nick. If you like, leave a like. If you don't, subscribe. And I'll see you next episode of whatever it is I decide to make. Go drive safely, kids. Bye!